NoFap is far more than just abstaining from self-pleasure. That's not what the movement is about. It's about taking control back of your life. Because what watching explicit content and pleasuring yourself does is it drains you, not just of your most powerful life source, energy source, but also of your time. So of your 24 hours in a day, you might be wasting 2 to 3 hours or bleeding 2 to 3 hours away because of this bad habit, which over the course of a week is well over 20 hours. If you're wasting 3 hours a day, it's well over 20 hours a week. In a month, that is 80 hours gone to this degenerate habit which is ruining your life. So when you take control back of your life, you're basically buying back those 80 hours which you were just giving away to these porn sites. You were giving them your time. This is why they don't charge you. This is why most of these websites are free, because you are paying with your time. That's what you're paying with. And think about what you could do if you're given an extra 80 hours a month. Now, you're not technically being given an extra 80 hours. These are the 80 hours that you were previously using and engaging in bad habits with. You were wasting those 80 hours previously, but now those 80 hours can be used for more productive activities. Now look, everybody's starting point is different. You might have a slightly mild addiction, shall I say. Somebody else might be 4 hours, 5 hours a day. Everybody starts off from a slightly different position when it comes to their NoFap journey. However, the objective is the same. The objective is to take control back of your life. For some of you, it will take a little bit more work to do that. For others, it can be done with a little bit more ease, shall I say. But I want you to think of this when you are on the NoFap journey. I want to take control back of my time. My time is the most valuable resource that I have in life because it cannot be purchased. Once it's gone, it's gone. And I cannot waste it, because over the course of years, guys, if you're playing around with yourself for 3 hours a day over several years, it really adds up. It really adds up. So think of it from the perspective of, I'm getting my life back. Do not count the days. Make the days count. I've been against this whole idea of keeping tallies when it comes to NoFap. Oh, today's day 37. Today's day. No, just every single day, wake up. Tell yourself today's going to be a great day. I refuse to engage in this low-level activity, this low-frequency activity, this degenerate activity, which is not going to serve me in the long run. Remind yourself of the consequences of engaging in this activity, the damage it can do to your life, to your sexual life, with a woman that you've come to meet, with your wife potentially, if you're married. Remind yourself of the consequences. But tell yourself, this is not who I will be any longer. I'm going to take charge of my life again. Okay? The way you approach things will determine the results that you get from it. If you approach NoFap with the objective of just stopping porn, you'll struggle with it a lot more than if you approach it with the mindset of, I'm going to take control back of my life. My time is valuable, and I've got so many things I want to achieve in life, and I refuse to bleed this time away, to drain this time away to this degenerate activity. So how you approach it will really affect the results you get out of it. Okay? Don't just approach it with the mindset of, I want to stop touching my willy. That's all well and good. And I want you to stop doing this activity. But I also want you to approach it very differently in order to get the best possible results. Time. You need to get that time back. And I want you right now to start thinking of what you will be doing with this newfound time, because it will plant in your mind a goal which you can start working towards. Maybe there's a business that you've been putting off for quite some time. I want you to start thinking, well, with the time that I was previously wasting away doing this degenerate activity, I'm going to put that time into my business now. My business is going to take that allocation, that time slot, which was previously wasted away. And you know what? To ensure that I do not relapse very easily, I'm going to work on my business in a different cafe. I'm not going to work on the business from home in the early stages, because I know I'm weak. I know I get temptations, and I refuse to be in an environment which will allow me to stumble and relapse very easily. So I'm going to work on my business with this 2-hour time slot that I was, because look, you got to analyze yourself and really ask yourself, when do I tend to engage in this habit? And for most guys, it's just before bed or as soon as they come back from work. They've got so much free time. So identify where that time slot is that you tend to mess around. If it's straight after work, don't come home straight away. Finish work and go and do a heavy gym session. Make yourself tired. Then have a shower at the gym. Don't tell yourself, I'm going to go home and then shower at home. Take your towel with you and everything you need, your shampoo and stuff, and shower at the gym. Because what will happen is when you shower there, you'll feel fresh. And now you'll feel energized to potentially work on your business. Maybe you'll go to a cafe afterwards. You don't stink. You can sit in the coffee shop and you can start to work on your business. Rather than getting home all sweaty, laying in bed for a bit, and then telling yourself, you know what, I'll just bust one off right now and then have a shower. Okay? So start adjusting the way you're currently doing things, the way you're scheduling things right now. Identify when you tend to mess up and ensure that you put yourself in a different environment so that you don't cave in, you don't relapse very easily. Okay? What you'll notice, gentlemen, is when you start doing this, when you start adjusting your timetable, when you start using that time that you previously used messing around with yourself, and now start using it to focus on your business and do all these productive activities, you'll start stacking these small wins. And these small wins will compound. And 3 months from now, 6 months from now, you will notice that you are a totally different person. And that will make you feel so much better about yourself. Your self-esteem will shoot through the roof. I no longer resort to this low-level, low-frequency, degenerate activity to feel something. I don't have to touch my willy to feel alive. No, I'm getting my dopamine hit from the wins that I'm getting in business. I'm getting this dopamine hit from the results I'm seeing in the gym. I'm no longer a fat fuck. I'm in the gym, I'm working out, I'm losing my body fat. I'm in great shape right now. Okay? And then after a while, when you can't even remember the last time that you played around with yourself, you will look back and think, wow, I used to waste 80 hours a month playing around with myself. It will stagger you reflecting back on the past. You'll really be like, wow, I used to just piss my time away so easily, just like that. Okay? So you are going to take back your life. You're going to take back the time. Most importantly, you are refusing to give this time away to these porn sites. You are going to take this time, and instead of giving it to these degenerate companies, you're going to invest that time back into yourself, and you'll notice the massive improvements that will take place as a result. Okay? Whatever you focus on grows. So if you start focusing on yourself and your business and your health, you will notice that will flourish. It will improve. Okay? Give your attention to that. Give your time to that. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like, comment, let me know what you think down below. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. See you in the next one.